Hello, good evening and welcome to RwandaTV News with me, Ethan Tashobia, on this 12th day of December. These are the latest headlines. President Paul Kagame has noted that the ambitious action on climate change will make the world more resilient, healthy and more prosperous. On December 11th, over 4,700 people across the country were arrested for breaking COVID-19 prevention guidelines. Police says it is ready to impose more serious penalties on anyone arrested on the wrong side of these COVID-19 guidelines. Tea farmers in Gichumbi district have called for an increment on the price of tea leaves from the current 100 Rwandan francs. On the international scene, Iranian dissident journalist Lohola Zam, who was convicted of fomenting violence during the anti-government protests in 2017, was executed this Saturday. Good evening, I'm Ethan Tashobia in Kigali. This is RwandaTV News. According to President Paul Kagame, ambitious action on climate change will make this world more resilient, healthy, and also more prosperous. The head of state made these remarks moments ago at the ongoing Climate Ambition Summit 2020. Watch his full speech.
Excellencies, heads of state and government, UN Secretary General, I'm pleased to address today's Climate Ambition Summit. I thank the leaders of Chile, France, Italy, and the United Kingdom for convening this event. In May 2020, Rwanda submitted a revised and more ambitious nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement. This plan reflects Rwanda's vision to become a developed, low-carbon economy by 2050. We also intend to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 38% by 2030 compared to the business-as-usual scenario. This will be achieved by increasing efficiency in energy production, industrial processes, waste management, transportation, and agriculture. These efforts will mitigate an estimated 4.6 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. We are also strengthening the resilience of our economy and ecosystems through green urbanization and nature conservation. Nature-based solutions offer the best return on investment in terms of drawing down carbon and protecting biodiversity. Recent advances in renewable energy, including battery technology and clean cooling, provide assurance that it is possible to build net zero economies. Rwanda intends to take full advantage of these technologies. Ambitious action on climate change will make our world more resilient and healthy and also more prosperous. We should not miss out on the opportunity. I thank you.
That is President Paul Kagame speaking moments ago at the Climate Ambition Summit 2020, which is actually still ongoing. Moving on, the National Police says they shall keep ensuring the COVID-19 prevention measures are adhered to and to punish those that disobey the rules. Recently, on 11th December 2020, over 4,700 people from across the country were arrested for breaking COVID-19 prevention measures. Jen Muthoni has this report.
Curfew hours start from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. and only those with a clearance can travel within those hours. On one hand, some people are still getting caught up with the curfew hours, still driving through the road. Over 320 people in Kigali have been captured and detained for not adhering to the COVID-19 preventive measures, hence passing the night in various stadiums of Remera, Nyamirambo and Kicukiro. It's necessary to reinforce these policies because, as you can see, some of them here are drunk, and when one gets drunk, they lose track of time, hence driving recklessly. Apart from Kigali, over 1,200 people have been captured in the eastern province, 494 in the south, 970 in the north, and 1,748 in the western province. People from across the country were held captive for various reasons, which include exceeding the curfew hours, getting drunk, not wearing a face mask properly, not practicing social distancing, and many more. Some drivers knocked at my shop asking for energy drinks, and as I opened to give them, I was captured with the rest. The National Police intends to keep ensuring that the COVID-19 preventive measures are obeyed, as explained by the Commissioner of Police, John Bosco Kabera. The plan is to keep making sure that all citizens adhere to the COVID-19 preventive measures, because we are here as the police to ensure that, by capturing those that disobey the rules and teach them on how to prevent themselves from getting infected, and also punish those that keep disobeying until all people learn, or when coronavirus is over, because we are not backing down from this responsibility. The Minister of Local Government, Professor Anastase Shaka, requests all people to keep adhering to the COVID-19 preventive measures due to the drastic increase of infected people, as showcased by the Ministry of Health.
Abaturage, abayobozi, ibyiciro bitandukanye abanyarwanda muri rusange.
All citizens, including officials, should take it as a responsibility to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus, because no matter what the health sector may do to treat us, it is our primary responsibility to protect our lives. Secondly, we are in a critical season whereby the virus is growing each day, which is why we should prevent it as early as possible and make sure that our lives are secured even during the holiday season. What we ask of all Rwandans is to put much effort in adhering to the COVID-19 preventive measures.
Icyo dusaba abanyarwanda bose ni ukongera imbaraga mu kwirinda no kubahiriza amabwiriza.
The government of Rwanda has been mitigating the spread of COVID-19 virus for the last 10 months through reinforcing preventive measures such as wearing a face mask, proper washing of hands regularly, and social distancing within a meter. Jane Mutoni reporting for RTV.
Thank you, Jane, for that report. Now, tea farmers in Gicumbi district have called for an increment on the price of tea leaves from the current 100 Rwandan francs. However, tea processing factories say the price of tea leaves is being dictated by the prices of the processed tea on the international market. We have this report. In the normal working hours, pluckers are harvesting tea leaves in Murindi tea plantation. Most of these pluckers are paid on commission in relation to the amount of work done. But plucking tea leaves is a constant job, they say. Tea has helped me. Without it, I would have died of hunger. Whatever I get from here, I use it to buy food for my children and get soap for my wife. It is from this job that I get my health insurance subscription fee for the family of 6. On a normal day, one can harvest 30 kilograms of tea leaves. Every kilogram of harvested tea leaves goes for about 41 Rwandan francs. Despite tea pluckers being happy with the regular income from this occupation, tea farmers, on the other hand, are not pleased with the price of tea leaves set by tea processing plants. Currently, a kilogram of harvested tea leaves on the Rwandan market goes for 100 Rwandan francs. The prices are very low compared to the work put in growing and harvesting tea. They buy tea leaves at 100 Rwandan francs, but that should at least be increased to 200 Rwandan francs. Murindi Tea Processing Factory buys most of the tea harvested from the nearby plantations. The factory received 17 million tons of tea leaves in the fiscal year 2019-2020. Up from 15 million tons of tea leaves received in 2018-2019. This has resulted into an increase in production of tea processed by the Murindi-based factory from 3.8 million tons of tea to 3.9 million tons during the same period. The manager of Murindi Tea Factory, Benjamin Yego, told RBA that the prices of tea leaves on the local market largely depends on the prices of the processed tea on the international market, which has been greatly affected by COVID-19 pandemic.
Because the farmer's price is based on the price of tea received from the market, the farmers also have been able to suffer the same. Because like this quarter which we are just in, the price dropped for us, for the farmer, from 205 to 195. So you see that difference is because the price in the market there dropped. It is shared with factory, and also the farmer's price comes down.
In Gicumbi district, over 300 hectares of land have been cleared for tea growing in bid to expand the current plantation surface of 2,000 hectares. The aim is to add 500 hectares of tea plantation surface by 2022. Adding more land for tea growing would be key in improving the economic status of the area. Following flooding in the wetlands that destroyed tea plantations, a decision was taken to expand the growing surface onto the steep slopes to avoid further damages. But that was also partly informed by the fact that tea grown on steep slopes has better quality compared to the tea grown in wetlands. We are working with other tea growing cooperatives to increase the size of the tea production. Figures from the National Agricultural Export Development Board (NAEB) shows that Rwanda exported 300,000 tons of tea in 2018-2019 fiscal year, which generated $83 million, while in 2019-2020 the country exported 33,000 tons of processed tea, which generated $93 million. The target is to export 35,000 tons of processed tea this fiscal year, that will generate $130 million. The spokesperson of NAEB, Pio Nwari, says that the target will be achieved if farmers and local processing factories aim for the best quality of tea. Over time, we've learned new techniques to improve the quality of tea, and that helps us in improving the skills of the tea value chain, from growers to pluckers and processors. This has an impact on the change of prices. Rwandan tea buys at an average price of $2.57 per kilogram on the international market. However, there is some locally produced tea that buys less than that, based on its quality. Well, moving on, many students and graduates of technical and vocational schools in Rwanda have either created their own jobs or have developed technologies that continue to address many problems in their communities. According to Rwanda Polytechnic, 70% of the TVET graduates get jobs 6 months after completing their studies. Ghislaine Mugwaneza has this report.
Blandine Umuziranenge holds a bachelor's degree in Business Information and Communication Technology and an advanced diploma in Information Technology from Tumba College of Technology. She is the founder and managing director of Cosmotive, a social enterprise that focuses on improving maternal and child health in Rwanda. Her initiative created job to 16 people, including Alice Manshimwe. The knowledge I gain here will help me a lot. I can have my own project. And another thing is that I now know how to make sanitary pads. We used to have no pads because of having no money to buy them. In last 2 years, Ali Blaise Shema invented technology that is used in health centers to monitor and charge patients. We assisted health centers in reducing financial losses that they used to incur. They used to lose documents, and copying them would give them hard times, but we solved that problem. By the end of the month, they just click and get reports, receipts, and we also help them in keeping patient records, which helps in knowing what the patient was suffering from and if the current situation meets the previous one. However, there are others that started in TVET schools but have no jobs. 2019 report from the Auditor General shows that in 222 TVET teachers, 75% didn't get TVET trainings, and 70% of the teachers have no experience, which negatively affect the students in TVET schools. Bora Imani, a lecturer in Tumba College of Technology, has said that there is a gap that is still found in training TVET teachers.
Urebye cyane cyane amahugurwa twavuga
Trainings that are not enough we're talking about are teaching trainings. One can have his own technical skills, but knowing how to teach and explain those skills is other knowledge. It requires knowing how to behave in front of the students, how to explain for them, and how to give examples. There are 5,148 teachers in TVET schools, where 4,229 are in technical secondary schools and 914 in Rwanda polytechnics. 1,886 of them got trained, and 1,200 are expected to be trained next year, 2021. The Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of training, institutional development and research at Rwanda Polytechnic, Rita Clemence Mutabazi, has said that they are planning to train TVET teachers which will solve problems found in TVET schools.
We
have a long-term vision that everyone in the profession will be trained. Those in jobs are first to be trained. In this long-term vision we have, there is a plan that for someone to enter the profession should be trained and ready to teach in TVET schools. I think that this will help in solving the problem of having untrained TVET teachers. TVET schools in Rwanda have increased from 63 schools in 2010 to 342 in 2019. WDA shows that 70% of the TVET graduates get job in 6 months. Rwanda has an objective to reach 60% of TTC and TVET students from 32%. Ghislaine Mugwaneza, reporting for RTV.
Our time is fast spent. On behalf of the entire news production team, many thanks for watching RTV News. Stay well and safe. I'm Ethan Tashevia. Bye for now.